Welcome back to Cut the Nets, a production of the Pyramid Sports Network. Kevin and Brady are back with you live from the great United State of Massachusetts. Today, we're going to take this episode, and as conference play is heating up, some teams have started, some teams are on their way to starting very soon within the week. We decided we're going to take a look at the major conferences, the biggest ones, and predict the regular season champion for them. So basically, the best team. And I figured it's a little easier to predict the regular season champion than to predict the tournament champion because unpredictable things always happened in the tournament. So we're just going to predict who's going to have the best record before the conference tournaments. Brady confirmed went to the gym today. Are things
Did
going for you?
I did. I went to the gym, got my brain juices flowing so that I could be here.
It was a good day. Always a good day that starts the gym.
What they
So
say.
that's what they say. So without further ado, I'll let you pick wherever you want to start. If you want to go alphabetical, biggest
Yeah,
first, best
let's go
first,
alphabetical.
whatever's up with you.
We can get to that tricky SEC and whatnot when we get to it.
Yeah.
What's the first big one, the AAC?
Probably either the AAC, A10. The alphabetical changes whether you like abbreviate them or not. We can do the AAC though. Who is your projection?
I looked into this one a little bit. I saw who they've beaten, who this, who that. I went with Temple. They're local
Okay.
to me at Lehigh. I saw Tulsa has that good record. I don't know nothing about them. I know there's Tulane in there. Know nothing about them besides one of their players passed away. May he rest in peace. Watched Memphis the other day. I mean,
It's not Memphis.
they're like your big name pick, but it's not going to be them either. So Temple's kind of my uneducated pick here.
I took slightly uneducated. Also, we don't watch as much American as we watch other conferences. I took Tulsa
Mhm.
because they went 13-1 in the non-conference. They score almost 90 points a game, something I learned when I looked before we started filming. They had the best showing in the non-conference of any team in the league, which obviously doesn't always translate. But if you're going from non-conference to the American, it's not like things are going to get that much harder. So most of what they do and most of the success that they have on the offensive end should probably carry over. And they've been forecasted as an 11 seed. Maybe if it's not Tulsa, the American winner is a 12 or a 13, just going off pure wins and losses. But I picked Tulsa because the record and the offense has been so good. But the
Yeah.
American is one of the conferences where things can change and a 13-1 team can kind of fall to the wayside by the middle of February.
Yeah. I think the same goes for the A10 for like a smooth little transition.
They have more better teams though.
Yeah, there are a lot of them. When I was scrolling down, there's St. Louis, Dayton, VCU. I mean, St. Bonaventure. Like these are all teams that you see
How
in
good.
March, every single year. Um, I was going right between St. Louis and George Mason.
Hmm.
I know some players on George Mason. I know one player on St. Louis, and therefore I just went with George Mason. I think I was seeing they play defense, and I like a team that plays defense.
I took St. Louis, so I'm glad you said that. I sided with, I'm just pulling up their side to side here. They're both 13-1. I sided with what should be the best player in the conference. I know Robbie Avila
Yeah,
is weirdly almost a shell of what he once was.
yeah,
St. Louis is St. Louis scores 95 points per game,
right. That's gonna usually work.
which is a lot, but the George Mason group has been one that's talked about. They allow under 70 per game, which in this day and
Yeah,
age,
yeah.
well,
So that's you pick either the team that scored 100 or keeps the teams to 60.
mhm.
Those can't both happen when they play each other. So who knows? But
George Mason is pretty complete though. Other
yeah,
people in the college basketball world have spent time talking about their completeness
yeah.
at least up to this point. And the top of this conference is good if those two teams both kind of hold to form.
Yeah,
If
look,
one of them wins the league, the other one probably still makes the tournament.
yeah. I don't know if these guys are playing like the Patriot League or what, but they all seem up there with like a 10 and
They all
4
have really good
record. Yeah,
records.
yeah, definitely.
Dayton's
ACC's
kind of
next.
always good. Yeah, ACC's next.
I feel like I was picking between three teams here, and I went with UNC. I'm giving
I went with
Louisville as well.
Louisville. Yeah, that's what I thought. I went with Duke. I can see the argument
I
for
think
UNC.
UNC would match up well with them on paper, in my opinion,
I think so
because
too.
if you take Vesser and you throw him in the NBA, he's a five. If you throw Cam Boozer, who plays the five at Duke, I mean, a lot of the time, even though they have Patrick Ngongba, whatever, um, Cam Boozer's a four.
He's a four.
And that's like that was the matchup in my head, and I just think that there can be some aggression that UNC can show that Duke can't, sort of thing. But picking against Cam Boozer is evidently a silly thing for me to do. I just went UNC. There's no wrong answer until there's a wrong answer over in February, March.
Yeah, but any given day to aid the UNC side, Caleb Wilson can be the best player on the floor in a
Yeah,
game
that's also
against Duke. You would
that's
think it would be Boozer, but we've already seen plenty of Caleb Wilson double doubles on two missed field goals.
right. If you were to cut them both, say they're both the same thing, which they might not be, but say they're the same exact thing, then I thought that UNC got that edge. Duke takes a lot of threes, I assume, with
Yeah,
all the guys that they have. If they go cold, that's UNC
Sarr and
right there.
Foster and Evans, they all shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, Isaiah Evans taking 35 footers. He's been doing it since middle school. Um, Foster is supposed to be the best sniper ever. He's on year three of trying to be that. But how about UNC?
Caden's all right
Yeah, he probably shouldn't have gone here and should have been better at where he went. But
somewhere else.
if you can go to Duke, I guess you go to Duke.
Yeah, I picked Duke, but in my head, as I did, I worth nothing, of course, but I gave North Carolina the credit that the conversation between the two should be close and maybe even closer than the rankings show at this
Mm.
time, especially because if you take away the freshman forwards, North Carolina's second and third best player are Vesser and Tribble are better than even Duke's second best player.
Yeah,
Whoever you want to call it next to Boozer, it changes every day.
yeah, definitely.
So I think those will be super interesting games in terms of the rest of the ACC. Louisville is, I would agree with you, probably the third most likely.
But they're just roster wise not as good.
They're going to
Well,
struggle
they're
because,
older. Yeah,
especially their front court is not as good. Virginia, we're still trying to figure it out. They
yeah,
had an overtime loss against Virginia Tech.
yeah.
NC
Not
State,
not gonna be
the
them.
world is the world is high on NC State, but in terms of winning the regular season title in
Well
the league,
coached, but yeah.
it'll be uh it'll be the blue bloods. Now, what would you be more surprised by? UNC finishing first or UNC finishing third?
I would be more surprised that they get jumped and finish third.
I think I agree because
Probably.
especially because their front court is so good. They're
Because I
miles
think,
ahead of
yeah,
Louisville.
whoever ends up second, which would likely be Louisville, would be the most impressive, would surprise me the most. Because
Hmm.
Louisville being second is more impressive than UNC being first, in my opinion. Move to the
I
Big
think
12.
so too.
This is
Big
tricky.
12,
Yeah,
it's the best one.
by a lot. They're all literally all 12 and 1, 13 and 0.
Yeah,
You picked one of the 13 and 0 teams?
I picked. Let me tell you what I picked. Well, let me tell you if they're 13 or not. Yeah, I picked one of the 13 and 0 teams.
Yeah, I
Picked
think I
Iowa
picked the other.
State
All right, we picked the same one because I don't see. I was
because they're the
watching.
best one
Yeah, they're the best one.
every
I
year.
mean, it's not fair to say Arizona's not the best one as a
It's
Michigan
true.
fan. I've been sitting there. They've been sitting pretty at number two. I've had no complaints, even though they beat everyone by 40 points. Iowa State's they do it every single year. So I mean, when we
Mhm.
get to March and I see that they're the one seed, they have to go play like a sneaky five seed in round three that could beat them, they'll probably beat them. Like, I don't know why Iowa State always gets bounced in like the second or third rounds,
Mhm.
but regular season wise, why would I not take them?
Yeah, my thing that I was doing with the Big 12, because the teams at the top have different levels of what can you prove to me.
Yeah,
Obviously, Iowa State and Houston kind of have more players that have March experience.
definitely.
Arizona is freshman led. BYU is freshman led in a different
Yeah,
type of way.
Arizona you could argue,
Uh,
but I see what you're saying.
well, Arizona's best player is a eighth
Yeah,
year senior, but Kobe
yeah,
Pete and Burries are freshmen.
definitely, definitely, definitely.
I wanted to pick the team that I thought had the lowest probability of suffering like a bad loss.
I agree. That's what I did. It's not a matter of who can win more because they could both
Yeah.
win 35 games or whatever. It was
Hmm.
more so who's going to lose less. And that was, I don't remember watching Iowa State ever lose a basketball game. Obviously, they've never won March. They've never been even in Final Four or nothing. So they
I've never
lose.
seen them lose though. I don't
Yeah,
know how.
same. I agree.
And their plus minuses for their guys that play the most are silly.
Yeah.
Like Josh Jefferson is going to be a first team All American just because the team is so much better when he's out there.
And they don't talk about him. So this is like the
No,
talking about him right now. This is the talking about Iowa State. So
yeah.
happy to do it.
I knocked out Houston and BYU because I thought it was way too likely for them to like lose to Kansas State.
I didn't knock out Houston. I knocked out BYU and I knocked out Kansas because I don't trust Kansas to have Darren play a whole season. And I
He's
saw
not going to play for a little
Melvin
while still.
Council. Yeah. There's some dude, Melvin Council. Yeah, shot the ball 20% the whole season from three, and I watched him put up 40, and that was the craziest performance I ever seen the other day. I mean, I don't know if that's sufficient or not, so we'll see there.
Yeah, I mean I think it's sufficient for Kansas to be fine in this conference. They're just gonna run into trouble if they don't have
Yeah,
Darren Peterson. And even with Darren Peterson, this is the most physical, defensive minded league that we have, even though the
yeah,
offenses are still good to score. Like it's hard for one player to take over games in the Big 12 where it's easier for players to do that in other conferences. So I
mm,
think that leans towards it helps Arizona a little bit, but it leans towards Iowa State for sure, and it kind of hurts teams like Kansas or BYU or Texas Tech. I know they have
yeah,
two, but still, it's kind of the same idea.
yeah. I agree. I agree there.
We got Iowa
Big
State.
East, Big East, should we just skip over? I have
Yeah,
UConn.
we could talk about who's going to be second.
In
Seton
St.
Hall.
John's, I guess. Seton
Yeah,
Hall,
St. John's is supposed to be.
like none of them.
Yeah, but Coach Pitino just got him playing terrible.
I don't know like how, but they're actually not
Yeah,
good.
I don't know how because their roster is
Yeah,
amazing.
but my answer's not going to be like an Acadian Lewis led Nova team. It's not going to be like
No,
Creighton's got. I don't even know who's like.
Mila's Providence
Yeah,
Friars,
that's what I'm saying. Probably not that
probably
either.
not.
So I'll go St. John's at second.
Yeah, I think St. John's is probably second. UConn, obviously, the clear number
They'll
one.
they'll
They
win.
don't lose. They're not going to lose to any of these teams.
They won't even drop one. I don't think.
No, because
I
you
literally
can't.
don't think there's one. There's not even gonna be like a high scoring game that they lose to like St. John's. It's like, oh no, we went to St. John's and lost. It's not even gonna happen this year.
Yeah. The second best roster in the conference is probably St. John's. And if you line up UConn 1 through 5 and St. John's 1 through 5, St. John's is better at one of the, they're better at center. And that's it.
Yeah.
And that's
And
the
even
only,
that's like Terrace Reed will actually just like bump Zuby Edgefor around
yeah.
still.
And that'll be the hardest game of the year for to be edged for because Terrace Reed's good.
Yeah, and they have help come in and this and that. Like
Yeah.
Dan, I don't like that team, but
Maybe
we'll
Seton
see.
Hall will out hustle St. John's over the course
Maybe
of the season. I
that'd be cool.
I'm inclined to believe that St. John's still ends as a six
Yeah,
seed
yeah,
or
yeah.
so,
I agree.
at least being the higher seed in their first round game. I don't see the path for that as easy for Seton Hall.
That would be a bummer if first St. John's ended at like one of those in those 8-9 games,
Eight,
they'll
nine game,
literally lose.
that'd be such a disappointment.
Mm.
But I guess beyond those three, Villanova and Creighton. are the ones with a chance to make the
Butler's
tournament
got
at
some kid
all.
that's super good. I was watching. Butler's got Ajayi from Gonzaga, who's like
Oh
the
yeah,
best
yeah, yeah.
shooter in the country last year. And then they got like the dude, a European name with long hair who's so good. I watched him maybe like a week and a
Mhm.
half ago. But I don't know, like when I say so good, I don't know how so good he is. Like there's levels to this. Can he carry Butler basketball all the way? Like, do they got
I
Brad
mean,
Stevens and Gordon Hayward again or what?
they're 10-4. They lost to UConn and Creighton, which I mean, two teams that are supposed to be better than them.
I guess.
But
Watch them beat Providence is what it was.
yeah, they beat Providence. I guess the
100
thing
to
is,
100.
Michael Ajayi leads the team points, rebounds, assists, all
Mhm.
three.
He's really good, actually.
Jumping looks like jumping Villanova or jumping Creighton is not too terribly hard if you're
No, I
Butler.
mean, it's going to be like that head-to-head game and you jump him if you win, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Moving on to Big Ten.
Big Ten.
Well, I went with my Wolverines.
Yeah, I did too.
I don't think they're the reason I would go with them, unbiased, there's no reason not to. There's nothing that
I don't
reads
think
that they
there's a
won't
reason
even
not
win
to.
it all. And I understand how March Madness works. The odds are very much so that they don't win it all, despite that they beat everyone by 40. I know the math, I know the this, the that. But right now, I mean, who's beating them? Michigan State fans will
Yeah,
say Michigan State, like Purdue fans will say like you haven't played Braden. Like who really like can you confidently say beats them? Nobody. If Michigan matched up with anyone right now, they'd be favored by at least 9 points. The next best team.
Purdue will be the best game.
Yeah, because
If any if
Purdue
anyone
slows the
wins the
game
regular
down.
season, it's it's Purdue, but also Axel Lendeberg is such a impossibly tough matchup.
I don't know
Who on
what
who on Purdue is going to guard him?
got to be like TKR. I don't know.
And then you pull TKR out, and you get so much free
Hmm.
flowing into the middle of the floor. Like it creates so much trouble for whoever's
It
trying
would
to
just be
defend Michigan.
contrasting game styles right there. So whoever gets to play their game wins, but Michigan will get to play their game.
Yeah, because Elliot Cadeau is in these days.
Yeah, he's good. We're
Who
bringing him to
thought?
2026. We're bringing him
Yeah,
in.
no, he's good.
Yeah, she
It
is.
took all these years. It's
Yeah, I agree.
better for him that he's not at UNC, and better for UNC that he's not at UNC.
It's true. It's definitely true.
I I took Michigan and didn't think too hard about it. Michigan's Michigan State probably beats Michigan in Lansing if they have to win a game. Or
Yeah, and then
if Michigan has to lose one in conference or something like that, it's not going to be some silly loss.
no, I mean Michigan's very it's unlikely that they go 33-0 or however many games they get to play this year.
Right.
So you look down the schedule and they've honestly lost to Illinois 4 straight years or something. That's like 0-7 in their last seven sort of thing. Maybe they split it here, stop the curse, but lose another one sort of thing.
Illinois got some good players.
Yeah, exactly. They go to Purdue. Like, I don't know if that how terribly difficult it is to play there, but I'm sure for a game of that caliber, it becomes difficult sort of thing. Drop that. Then they're what, 18-2 in conference sort of thing. One seeded, whatever. So they'll be all
Not
right.
difficult if you're Ohio State or Iowa State.
No, I agree.
Yeah, Nebraska, obviously you have to count on them as being on the door.
They're
They
pretty
got
good.
Rink Mons doing it
Yeah, but there's a regression to whatever their mean.
to
People
whatever
are
extent.
yeah, undervaluing them. So their mean's higher than people initially thought, but there's a regression to that at some point.
Yeah, the Illinois win at the last second, albeit kind of made everyone stop in their tracks. But
That was
in terms
cool.
of things going beyond the fact that they're undefeated, that's kind of all that they have.
Yeah, I agree.
So they play Michigan State tonight.
We'll, we'll be
So
tuned there.
we'll see who's undefeated after that.
Yeah, seriously. And I hope it's them still.
Yeah, that would be good. Are
What should
those
we
the
do?
bigs? Are those all our
Yeah,
bigs?
think so.
Yeah,
Shout out Liberty, by the way. I know they have some dogs there. I think they'll be in March in whatever group that is.
I think so too.
Um,
They are a Sun now,
yeah, something like
I think.
that. And then I looked into the Mountain West as well, but that was just a curiosity thing. I saw Utah
I
State.
did Mountain West too.
Yeah, Utah State's up at the top, so I took Utah State.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, I'd love to take San Diego State, who's usually all around it. I know they have that super tall, thin dude. Is like his name's like Magoo, like Gore,
Magoon Guath.
yeah, something like that. Like I know he's nice. I know they have some dude Bird. He's lefty, he's smooth. He went back. I watched him last year. So I think they could scare Utah State up there, but Utah State's got 3 games on the next closest right now,
Hmm.
so why not them?
I took San Diego State because they have their 4 losses. I think 3 of them are ranked. I can tell you for free that at least 2 of them are ranked.
Yeah.
They've played, their record's not awesome, but they've played
Well, I
good
remember an
teams
Arizona
and
game.
for sure better teams than anyone else in the Mountain West has played. So they could
Oh yeah,
be
they're fun. Oh,
more
they've lost
prepared
too.
for challenges. Their losses aren't even bad.
They literally are Michigan, Arizona, and Baylor right now.
Okay, so they lost to all the best teams.
And then they got another somewhere that I
Yeah.
haven't dug up yet.
Miles Bird has been,
He's so good. Yeah, he's smooth.
yeah, this year I looked at the stats. He's been disappointing. He's not their
Really.
leading scorer. He's not their leading nothing. But I figure that he's going to find a way to insert himself back as a focal point of the team
Yeah, he's small,
in
but
these Mountain West games. And he's small, but like they always defend. They're always coached San Diego
mhm.
State. Utah State is obviously kind of where the AQ would go right now because their record's so
Yeah,
good like every year. And I guess for the Mountain West, really, it'll come down to probably Utah State, San Diego State. Is it a A10 situation where the one that doesn't win the tournament gets a at large bid?
I agree.
Because I think with
I like
these,
your
if San
pick
Diego
there.
State can kind of turn it around and only have 3 or 4 losses in conference, they give themselves just as good a look as anybody because of some of the teams that they've played too.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. Took a different team, but agree with you, sort of thing. Then just to finish it off, shout out my Patriot and shout out your Ivy, sort of thing. Oh wait, oh no, we're not even there yet.
We're not even there, but we can interrupt because
Yeah.
it's alphabetical. Patriot League, well, probably not Lehigh.
Well, I could tell you for $0 who it's not gonna be. Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll be like Navy. I don't know why, or
Navy's all right.
they got their players back, sort of thing. Skim over the Patriot, but
Down year for Colgate. It's usually you just shoot Colgate right in.
yeah, exactly. Just put them in at 15 seed. They'll lose by
Yeah,
20 to whatever.
yeah. Ivy League Dogs.
Yeah, we'll go the Bulldogs there.
We'll go with Bulldogs. You just gotta win the Ivy League tournament. That'll do it.
It's easy.
Yeah, they missed their chance. Yale missed their chance to be in the conversation for an at-large bid
Who they lose to?
because they lost. Well, they lost to Alabama, but they lost by 20 something.
Yeah,
So they could have, if they played better, they would have looked a little bit better in quad one. Maybe if they go undefeated and only have 2 losses, they'll still get one. But
yeah,
Drake did that, and Drake didn't get one. So
yeah,
got to win the league. Ivy League play is starting up. They're one of the last conferences to start up. It's
yeah.
going to
Can't
start
wait.
this weekend, but on this side, we're excited for some
Yeah, I
mid-major
get. I
ball.
mean, Patriot League. Like these guys are all like finishing the season 18 and 13 sort of thing. So whoever wins it wins it. So you'll get that
Yeah.
7 seed, and you got to play an extra game. But Lehigh's here for it.
Also, while we're on the topic of interrupting
Basketball.
things,
Oh yeah.
Cut the Nets is taking the show on the road. Well, not really. We're not going to do a show, but we're going to be in the building for Boston College and NC State on Tuesday if everything holds to form.
We'll
So
be
we can get
analyzing.
some good analytical content on our social media pages from the good unbalanced ACC matchup.
Yeah, that one will be ugly, but see,
It will be.
that'll be fun.
And I'm going to some Yale games, some Ivy League games, so we can get some good
Yeah.
content there too.
Do we move to SEC here?
Do you want to do the West Coast Conference first, just because it's so
Is that
quick?
Gonzaga? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Gonzaga.
that's Gonzaga.
I agree.
Now the SEC.
Um, I
Gonzaga's good. No one else is better. St. Mary's will beat them once. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Santa Clara,
Going with
maybe.
Alabama.
Okay, I went with Tennessee.
That's what I was thinking of. The reason I didn't is because I don't trust Tennessee's young guys.
Yeah, like it's
Young,
JP
yeah, it's like JP and
and Nate.
like Nate's just finding himself all the way back to like he's gonna be drafted by a good team because he
Maybe
hasn't
like
been that good. He doesn't dunk
18th.
the ball, he doesn't block the ball. I saw somebody has like 4 dunks on the year and like 2 blocks, and he's however tall. Um,
Well, they were calling him Anthony
I
Davis.
know that's the issue there. I went with Alabama because I think LeBaron is hard to pick against because of how many points him and Aiden produce just by themselves. And then I don't really know much about their bigs. I know they have Taylor Bourbon, but that's not really like their big
I mean, like a
7 foot
big.
assassin. Yeah, I don't need like
He's
him
a
reaching
long
out to the
forward.
corner. Like I could have had LeBaron take a sidestep instead. I
Yeah,
just think that they're gonna find a way to win games. I think the SEC will have a lot of losses everywhere. I
yeah.
think
I think they're all gonna have some losses.
there are teams like Kentucky and Florida that can find their form as they go, but right now there's nothing to tell me. I mean, um, Kentucky gets JQ, so I thought of them. I didn't think of Florida for even a second, but yeah, SEC, everyone's gonna lose to everyone. That's how it always goes. These Saturday games are fun. There'll be overtime in the SEC. I just think that since Alabama can score with anyone. I scrolled the list and didn't see anyone that's getting like all these stops. Like everyone's trying to score all the
Yeah, not
points.
against Alabama.
So I went with Bama.
Yeah, I
Well, you picked the team
just
that could get the stops in theory.
right. Just to walk through my mental gymnastics a little bit. I thought about Kentucky, what they haven't done, their lack of looking good, especially offensively and looking clean, drew me away from them because they're just going to get outplayed by better coach
Yeah,
talent. Their offense just it doesn't look good when they're just like running around out there and Jalan Lowe is shooting over arms of people and
right, exactly.
OA has to shoot too much and do too much. So I went away from Kentucky, but I did like you did. I gave them a little bit more of a look than I did Florida because the guards have been so bad.
Yeah, I didn't look at Florida for very long. They're
Uh,
gonna find their way into March, and then LeBron
Arkansas
is really a fine team.
is is fine. They're probably on a similar level as Kentucky and Florida, but for different reasons. But I love seeing Trevin Brazil keep getting better. And in terms of Alabama, I love seeing Aiden Holloway keep getting better. It really
He's
feels
good.
like he's finding his role. I was worried at the beginning of the year whether he was going to be a legit number two or a disappointing number two. And every game, it's more legit, more legit,
Yeah,
more legit. So I get what you mean with Alabama because they play fast.
really
Basically,
fast.
no matter who they're playing against, nobody can slow them down. Yale
Mm,
tried to, one of the best slow paced teams in the country, even being a mid major, they tried to. They
yeah, you
couldn't do it.
can't.
They couldn't even come close. So Alabama has one of the inside
Yeah,
tracks. Tennessee, though, I think they have now. LeBaron Philon's an awesome scorer. I think Tennessee might have the most like competent point guard if we really emphasize the what that term means, or at least
yeah,
used to mean, in Jacoby Gillespie. And they have good length and size to compare with any team in the conference. It's definitely better than Alabama's. And they have, in my opinion, the best coach in the league.
yeah.
And
It's not crazy at all.
when rosters are so close, like they are in the SEC, the way that they're coached and the teams that can be the most disciplined, I think get a really improved chance of winning. So that's why I took Tennessee. This one's going to be decided by one game. And
Yeah,
the top
100%.
five, those top five teams could fall almost in any order, like we just said. And
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
want
root
to,
for as a Big Ten fan. I'm gonna be rooting for Vandy here. Why would I not?
right. I was just going to say, I didn't mention Vanderbilt on purpose because I
Yeah.
want to give them a little shine at the end right
Yeah, shout out to them. They're playing good basketball. They have good, not great wins, but they're not playing the Missouri Valley State type
You
of
got to
team.
beat who's in front of you.
Yeah, they're playing who they're given, and they're given teams that they've been able to beat. So there's no way to bash them. They didn't make their own schedule. They could have paid more to play whoever, but they're about to play the SEC anyways. So why not 13 and 0? No one would have guessed that they would
Mhm.
be 13 and 0 regardless of who they've had in front of them.
Their roster is like almost fantastically complete. It just so
Yep.
happens that their front court is it's good players, but it's not that good. And their guards are proving, even
Yeah,
though
they have
nobody
three.
talked about them at the beginning of the year, Duke Miles and Tyler Tanner are as good a backcourt as anyone that in the SEC, maybe minus five.
Yeah, they're balling.
They're balling.
Yeah, those dudes are good. Shout out Darius Acuff as well. He plays like a senior and
Hmm.
he's probably like 18.
He's very good.
He's
Yeah,
really
Vandy should be in the mix just as much as any other team should.
yeah.
Their undefeated start is by no means a fluke.
Right, if we've never seen them lose, who am I to predict that they're going to lose?
Are there any other leagues you want to shine any light to? I think those were the major ones that we
Um,
needed to hit.
yeah, not even because I assume it'll be the same. Grambling State finds their way in, they'll
Right.
play whoever. Like, I don't even know. McNeese State somehow finds their way in, new coach and everything.
It's probably
Um,
always McNeese State. They got the
yeah,
best record every time.
yeah, they just played Michigan. They were like 12 and 1. They lost by 70, but no, I
It's
mean,
Michigan. Let me try
they're
and find Liberty.
Liberty's somewhere.
Conference USA, they moved. Yeah, 9-3. Good group.
Yeah, not even bad. I know they have some guys.
UNC Wilmington in the CAA, kind of a typical winner of that league. That one usually comes down to the tournament.
Yeah, as your 12
They're
seed sort of thing.
yeah, 12 seed. They're establishing themselves as the best team there over and
Mhm.
over. Some of the West Coast teams, the Big West, UC San Diego looks really good. Hawaii has 11 wins. They probably play at 4 in the morning, so I
Yeah,
never
like
seen any of them. But
how can you even have like a Hawaii? Like, imagine you tell the Lehigh kids like we gotta go play Hawaii. I would be pissed.
and the Lehigh kids would lose by 44 basketball points to Hawaii in Hawaii.
They lose it by 44 to the local D3 schools.
Yeah,
Shout out
so
them though. They're gonna figure it out.
yeah,
We
shout out
will
Lehigh. We as a unit.
collectively.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're gonna take a look around the schedule before we get out here. Just make sure that we're shining light on the biggest games of the week. Today, I know it's Michigan USC at 7, right?
Yeah. And
And
Michigan's
then
favored by 20, not we're not betting men. Michigan's favored by 23 basketball points. USC is ranked literally
24th,
24th.
they're ranked. And then we have, like I mentioned, Michigan State and Nebraska in Lincoln. Nebraska minus 2.5.
It's good. I'll take Michigan State outright probably there.
Yeah, I probably
But that's
I
the
probably
same thing.
would too.
Like, if you were to show me Vanderbilt against like Arkansas, whatever you want the equivalent to be,
Hmm.
I would jump on like, yeah, I'll take the Arkansas, whatever. But I'm not gonna be fooled once Vandy does win whatever, or like
Right.
Nebraska in this case does win this game. Is there's no more of that like big name versus big name. It's whoever's got it.
If Nebraska wins tonight, we're not going to come on here next week and be like, "Oh, Nebraska, I don't know." Like they
Right,
beat Michigan
exactly.
State,
Yeah. And then tomorrow we have some games. I mean,
Kentucky, and the
so not
Crimson Tide.
yeah. We actually don't have some games. I don't know why I said it. We just have conference play. So there's gonna be games literally
Georgia
forever.
Auburn. Georgia Auburn is evenly matched. It's maybe not
Yeah,
the best
they're
game in
both
the
probably ranked
world.
number 25 in the country. Like Auburn stinks, but they'll both just
Yeah.
sit around there. I'm
Tennessee,
excited for,
Arkansas is tomorrow.
yeah, that's what I was seeing. That's good.
That is a good game.
Kentucky, Alabama was a good game. I'm excited for that first BYU loss that wasn't supposed to happen.
That
That
wasn't supposed to happen.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's
that
going
one
to be
company.
Kansas is going to be PJ Haggerty,
Yeah, like that's the type of game
40 points.
yeah. How to get the switch.
I think BYU get to switch on Rob.
Yeah.
Rob's just Trey Young.
Yeah, what is Rob?
All
Rob.
seriousness, Robert Wright. Fantastic floor general.
It's a good point guard. It's a true one.
That is a true one. But Tennessee, Arkansas tomorrow. That's a very even game as it comes. Duke and Arizona play tomorrow, both unranked games. Nothing too
Yeah.
exciting, really. Purdue plays Wisconsin. Hawaii, UC, West Hawaii didn't make it just ranked teams. Hawaii and UC San Diego at 10 p.m. tomorrow for the Big
They
West. For
sure, I
my
mean,
key to the Big West.
I'm over for it. We'll scout there, analyze there, but I probably won't watch that guy.
Yeah, probably not. What else do we have? If most ranked teams play Saturday,
Then
whole
Tuesday,
bunch of
that means
nothing going on.
Tuesday
UConn,
we have Duke. Tuesday
Marquette.
there's Duke versus Louisville, Texas Tech
There we
versus
go.
Houston. So those two are both like who can
There's
score more, who can
Louisville.
stop the other team.
Florida, Georgia. We can see if Florida wants to, like, if Florida can't beat up on, they're ranked similar, but like if Florida can't beat up on Georgia, I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah, I agree. Like I understand Georgia's ranked, whatever, and I've been tapped into some of the guys they have. Like you can't like go get
Yeah.
them by 10.
Mhm. Kansas plays TCU. TCU's got that one win.
TCU. Oh yeah, no, well TCU played
Florida.
Michigan like to the last second, I'm pretty sure. When Michigan
Yeah.
played with Wake Forest and TCU, both super close,
hmm
then beat like Auburn by 50, Gonzaga by 70, like whoever by but
They play Kansas. They beat Kansas. They could have an argument at being ranked.
yeah, it's true. I just hope there's like I hope there's a UConn loss coming up, which there isn't. I hope there's
There's
like a
not one.
BYU loss coming up, which who
There's
knows?
for
Like
sure not
I
one.
hope like and I hope Arizona drops one just so Michigan can sit pretty up there.
Yeah. Iowa State plays Baylor Wednesday. Alabama versus Vanderbilt Wednesday night. Now
Yeah,
that
that I'll
gets
be
you
watching.
talking, doesn't it?
That I'll watch. LeBaron versus the three guards, even though it's really two, but
hmm
it's guard on guard crime there in that
Yeah.
game.
That could be a game that we
That's
look
gonna be
back on in
quick.
March and it was SEC defining. Oh yeah, there's gonna be scurrying on down there, putting them up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably have the local betting man that I may know to bet the over there.
I bet the over in number of possessions.
It's gonna be 350 possessions.
Yeah, they're gonna get so many up. No one ranked. Gonzaga plays. Gonzaga always plays weirdest times.
Yeah,
Thursday
Gonzaga
and
plays at
Sunday.
11 p.m. against Santa
Yeah,
Clara or something.
yeah. And then that's basically it for the week. I think the highlights are tonight with the two ranked Big Ten matchups.
Yeah, it's exciting though. This is the time.
Tennessee, Ar Tennessee, Arkansas tomorrow, Wednesday, Alabama, Vanderbilt. Like this is the time because also for the teams themselves playing the conference matchups means more.
Yeah, I mean, you
It
gotta
means something to go up against Arkansas if you're Tennessee. It means something to go up against Michigan State if you're Nebraska. It's not just any ho hum game against
right,
some other
exactly. The
school.
coaches are definitely telling them like you drop one early, they remember that you dropped one early. Like I know these are still kids, the way that like if you had LeBron James out there, he'd make sure that they don't drop one early. These are kids like you had a bad night of sleep, you had a bad like exam, you had a bad like your girl texted you something. You know, it's everything like
Seriously.
a factor. Like genuinely,
hmm
everything's a factor. So these guys can lose whatever games. That's why March Madness is the best time of the whole entire year. But they got
Absolutely.
to get the games that they're supposed to get, all these teams, obviously, generally speaking, and then get some that they're not supposed to get and make life easier in March for themselves if they want to even get in at all, obviously.
And they also establish an identity. Like, say, Arkansas, who we thought was going to be great. I just picked a random example. They
Yeah,
go 1-3 in their first four in the league. We're completely changing our discourse on what we think of school X as a
yeah,
legit
exactly.
competitor.
Definitely.
So, so things can change. That's going to be all for us here on Cut the Nets. But
Absolutely.
we will be back with you with some content in between this week and next week from various college basketball games. And we hope you enjoyed. Thank you for listening, and we'll check back in soon.
Thank you.